This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm joined by TTT, set for a huge 2021. When's your fight with Mick Conlan?
McLaughlin, yeah. Mick Ramirez, aye. Typical for the Sun, that one, isn't it?
Oh, what a blunder that was. But on a more serious note, I spoke to Bob Arum last weekend and he told me that it's basically good to go. Undisputed fight with Jose Ramirez, first or second weekend in May. Is that what you've been told as well by MTK and Top Rank?
Yeah, at the minute, that's as much as I know, you know as much as me. Being told that it's going to be looking like it's going to be in May. So we're just waiting to find out. So aye, Vegas bound by the sounds of things. Aye, it's can't wait.
Yeah, of course. You'd want your fans to go. It's the biggest fight of your life. An absolutely huge occasion for world boxing, British boxing, Scottish boxing. But at the moment, we can't really tell.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a pain in the backside, that one. We know this fight's a fight that dreams are made of. Do you know what I mean? You dream of having these big fights in the Madison Square Garden, the MGM, with your name up in bright lights and bringing a travelling fan base with you, with your friends, your family, your mates, and all coming over to support you. But like you say, you don't know. I've trained all my life for this, and then it might be a half capacity crowd, or it's a real kick in the teeth. But you know what? I'm not mourning because I've got my dream fight, and it's more about winning the fight than anything else. You know.
Are you starting to realise what you've achieved? I was speaking to your trainer Ben today about this, and that he says you're very confident, but he feels like there's a slight aura coming to yourself now, and it's not an arrogance thing or anything like that, but because you've achieved things so quickly, you might not have realised it, but you're about to become a star, because obviously you believe you stop or beat Jose Ramirez, become undisputed, and you become a star, Josh, then.
Yeah, I mean, I really do believe I'm going to beat him. I really do believe I'm going to knock him out. I actually think I'm going to knock him out and become the first undisputed champion in Britain since Ken Buchanan. You know, my fellow Scotsman as well, and it's just it's crazy. My self-belief at the minute is just through the roof. The confidence is through the roof. You know, I think since I beat Victor Postol and then my last 3 fights in that tournament as well, and then I beat the second best in the division there as well. I mean, I really feel that, without sounding big-headed or arrogant, I feel like I'm almost unbeatable at the minute. Within myself, I feel like I'm almost unbeatable. I feel it's going to take a real special fighter for me to get beat, you know, or I just have a really bad night. But at the minute, I feel like I'm flying, and I feel like almost unbeatable at the minute.
It's good to hear, Josh. I've seen a lot of people, perhaps because it's fair to say you are the man at 140 with the wins you've had, but I've seen a lot of people, especially for an undisputed fight, giving you a really heavy shot here. As I said, it might be justified, but we've got to remind ourselves he's a world champion. He's a Mexican-American, so he's tough as nails. He's a God-fearing man. He's going to give it everything. This is his big moment as well. So I think we have to remind ourselves of that as well. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think it's fair. You know, everybody keeps saying, oh, you're up against the American with the Mexican blood, and Mexicans this, fighters that, fighter that. You know, the Mexicans, they're tough, they're known for it, they're known for having that heart, but what you've got to remember, and I love the Mexicans, I respect them, and if they're the greatest fighters in the world, some of them, but what you've got to remember is, he's up against here a mad Scotsman, a mental jocksman who's we're hard as fuck, man. The Romans built a wall to keep us out because we were mental. So that's where I come from. I come from Scotland. We're full a nation of fighting people, and he's up against it as well. He's up against a man that's hungrier than him, and I feel a better fighter as well, more skillful, more spiteful, and just as hungry as him as well. So he's up against it as well. But yeah, what I do understand what you're saying. He is unified world champion as well for no reason. He's no there for no reason. He's a good fighter, but I just believe I've got the beating of him every department.
I think you answered that one well though, Josh.
Because we're all fucking nuts. We're all mental as Scots. The fucking Romans built a wall.
Oh dear. Josh, of course your focus is towards May and Jose Ramirez, but I will ask you about Teofimo Lopez, because you made some comments recently responding to him, because he's been quite vocal in saying, if I don't land that kind of mega fight at 135, I'm happy to go to 140 and become undisputed again. Of course, that would be against the winner of you and Ramirez. And you said, yeah, fine, I'll cut you down to size. And I think he said something on Twitter. What do you think about that potential matchup between yourself and Teofimo Lopez?
That's another massive fight as well in terms of, commercially it's a huge fight. He did well. He was a great fighter, and he did awesome to beat Lomachenko. He did a great achievement. Yeah, I'll give him that. Hats off. But he beat a featherweight. He beat a blown up featherweight. His size. He beat a small man, a good small man. A brilliant small man. In terms of that, I think in that fight, the main factor in winning that fight was his natural size, rather than the skill as well. He did well, and he out sort of boxed him for a good duration of the fight, but he beat a smaller man. It's a different kettle of fish when you're with someone that's big for light welterweight as well and strong for it too. So that would be a different kettle of fish then.
So do you believe at 140 it'd be a similar case where in Lopez Loma, obviously you believe, well, it's fair to say Loma is a featherweight, super featherweight naturally, and not a natural lightweight, and Lopez's size played a huge factor. Do you believe not only your skill, but the fact that you are a big 140er? I know Lopez is big, but he'd be coming up a weight, so do you believe that would play a factor, your size?
I'll play a massive part. I'm massive for the weight as well. I'm strong, I hit hard as well, so it's going to be different for getting hit from a blown up featherweight, so it's a different ball game.
But he is obviously one of the most recognised names in world boxing now after that win, and he's American, he's got that brashness, he's become a real star. So I'm sure you're open to that fight with Lopez.
100%. It makes listen, that fight makes huge money. He's he's no undisputed champion at lightweight, but
nearly.
He's nearly so you've got all the belts then, and if he becomes undisputed champion at lightweight and then he beats whoever he's got to beat for his next belt, to get the other belt, comes up and then fights me for the undisputed belts as well, and then I spank him there. It's a massive fight, that commercially and for the boxing fans, and that's a huge fight.
Do you believe you knock Teofimo Lopez out?
Yeah, I believe I can knock him out, but let's take it as it comes. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth him. He's a great fighter. He's done well. He's done well to beat Lomachenko. Like I said, I take my hat off to him. But I believe I beat anybody.
So you've got 14, 15 weeks to go, really?
Yeah, 14 weeks to go. Yeah, we're flying already. We're pretty fit already. So yeah, we're way ahead of schedule, man. We've been ticking over and keeping fit for a while. So. Yeah, got a nice long camp ahead of me, and I'm going to be flying the best shape I've ever been in for this fight.
How was that podcast with James English? All good?
Yeah, it was good, really good. It was good to get a sort of insight to my life. He sort of just asked about the life, how it started, and it was good. He's a good guy as well. So yeah, it was really good to get a good catch up with him. Well, sort of meet him properly for the first time and have a good talk with him. Yeah.
Well, listen, Josh, I won't keep you any longer. I know you've got to go have your second session of the day with Ben and the rest of the boys. But listen, I appreciate the quick catch-up. Obviously, we're going to catch up more before you fight with Ramirez. And hopefully there can be some Scots who get out there to Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I would love for people to come out and be able to get out, so hopefully that is the case. The restrictions ease up a little bit, and we can take our travelling support, not just from Scotland, but from Britain, and take our travelling support over there and witness a piece of history being made.
Josh Saylor, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Wish you the best of luck in camp ahead of that undisputed bout. All right, top man.
Cheers, mate. Nice one.